Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be telling you just why it's been a great week for Manchester United. Yes, not only have we scored 10 goals, kept 2 clean sheets, progressed in the League Cup, got back to winning ways in the Premier League, but it's been a good week for many more reasons at Manchester United. And it kind of feels weird. Look, I know we played Southampton and we played Barnsley, but that's besides the point. It feels weird to feel happy about Manchester United again after we lost 2 out of our first Premier League games. Home defeat against Liverpool where they absolutely battered us in the end. It feels good to feel good. And I'm going to try and spread some of that positive energy to you guys at home. If you're not already feeling good about this week, I'll be trying to spread that to you. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, you're liking, commenting, sharing, etc. on the channel. Keep it locked. Get your thoughts in those comments below. We've had an action-packed week as well on Stretford Paddock and on the club. The club and Stretford Paddock links are in the comments below, in the description below, and you can subscribe to both of their channels. I'll be on the watch along this weekend with Stretford Paddock for the Palace game, and of course Sunday the big game Man City Arsenal will be live on the club too, so make sure you're checking those out. But yeah, like I said, it feels good to feel good, and I've got a long list of reasons why it feels good to be a Manchester United man and fan right now. Firstly, obviously beating Southampton. It's only Southampton. They've lost all of their Premier League games, granted. But it was nice to get a comfortable win. A 3-0 win. Keep a clean sheet. Andre Onana looks good. He saves a penalty. He makes another magnificent save. It could have been 2-0 to Southampton after the first 15-20 minutes. But we ended up having a good result. Marcus Rashford gets back to scoring ways too. He followed it up with another 2 goals in that game against Barnsley. That's 3 and 2 for Marcus Rashford. And I'd like to say shout out to Ryan Hopper up the RH as always for trying to for working with Rashford in the summer. But we all know, in the international break, sorry. But we all know the reason why Marcus Rashford scored is because of the prayer myself, Jay and Joe did before the game against South. We know that's what it was. We know it was us touching the picture and saying good words to the main man, Eric, the main man, Eric. And saying those good words got Marcus Rashford to score. We know that. But it's great to see Marcus Rashford playing with a smile on his face again. Got an assist against Barnsley as well. It's good to see Marcus Rashford playing like that. And beating Barnsley, look, you get no credit for beating Barnsley. Manchester United have to beat Barnsley. And you expect a 2-3 goal win for Manchester United. But that's the first time we've won by 5 goals plus under Eric Ten Hag. It's great to see us getting that many goals, keeping a clean sheet again. You saw the likes of Manuel Ugarte making his full debut for Manchester United and looking good in the process too. Now look, it's only Barnsley. He also looked good in his cameo appearance against Southampton. And what I found mad was, you had some people making articles going, yeah, he looked good defensively, but not much going forward. That's why we've bought him, you absolute bellends. Of course, we're not bought him to be the guy scoring goals and creating goals. We bought him to be the guy breaking play up and getting those attacking players on the ball. Talking about attacking players and more reason to be feeling good. Not only that, actually, before I get into that, we had a few players go down in the game against Southampton. And we're thinking, oh my God, here we go again. The likes of Mazraoui and De Ligt going off the pitch with what looked like injuries. And they were fine. That's what I mean. It's been a good week for Man United. How many times have we seen players go off injured, never to return again? It happens all the time. But these lads were okay. Touch wood, it remains that way. I mentioned 2 clean sheets. I mentioned the no injuries after the game. And also, colour me shocked, we saw Rasmus Højlund and Mason Mount back in team training this week too. Even Terrell Malacia is close to a return. Only Yoro, Shaw and Lindelof are the players that remain out. Obviously Malacia is back in some form of training. But it was so good to see Mason Mount and Rasmus Højlund returning to first team training. Obviously Rasmus Højlund had a season blighted by injury last season. Still managed to be our top goal scorer. And I think he looked really good doing it as well. Obviously there's still things that he can work on and improve on. But I thought it was a good season for him last season. Mason Mount never quite got going in a Manchester United shirt. Started really well this season. Picks up another injury. You're thinking, oh my God, he's going to be out for months again. What's happening? But he's back in training. Remains to be seen whether they'll be involved in that game against Palace. Maybe it'll come too soon. You know, with the players that we do have available as well, you kind of don't want to rush things or you don't want to rush them back. But it's good to see them back out on the pitch at Carrington, training with the players. This week as well, the Man City court case started. Fingers crossed on that the book is thrown at them like it should rightly be thrown at them. And also, we've had obviously that group that have come together to kind of decide what's going on with Manchester United Stadium. Now, we've all received the email that not an email, we received a statement that Manchester United were going to send out emails to season ticket holders of the men's and women's team, members and all that kind of stuff to gauge their opinion on what happens with the stadium. But we're going to get those stadium recommendations very, very soon, and we'll know what's going to go down with Old Trafford. Are we going to have the Old Trafford, a new Trafford? What's going to happen? We're going to find out, hopefully, very, very soon. Now, we know what usually happens after Manchester United have a good week. We're going to Selhurst Park on Saturday, a place where we lost 4-0 last season. So we need to be turning up and doing well there. And we know that a bad result there and this house of cards all comes crumbling down. But it has been a very, very good week to be a Man United fan. And I'm really looking forward to that, Crystal. Maybe I'm doing it. Maybe I'm that old Michael Scott meme. I'm ready to get hurt again. All that kind of stuff. But it can't help but think it's been a good week. And with that being said, I'm feeling positive about the game against Palace, despite the fact we lost there 4-0 last season, despite the fact we've only beaten Southampton and Barnsley this week. It's going to be a difficult game, but fingers crossed we turn up. And you look at the options that we've got available now as well. Marcus Rashford scoring, Garnacho goals and assists this week. Garnacho's season, is so close to being, like, he should have had the winner against Brighton, which got ruled out because of Joshua Zirkzee knee. He should have had that winner against Brighton. He missed that sitter against Fulham. Remember that way he should have wrapped it up. And then he scored goals in the other. Like, he's had what could have been a really amazing start, but he's had a very good start to the season. And Ten Hag's using him from the bench because he played so much football last season. I think we're going to see times where Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho maybe aren't starting, and you think, what's going on there? But we need to look after them. And I like Ten Hag's comments this week. He said, every week you're going to tell me I've dropped someone. But I'm not dropping players, I'm rotating and I'm picking players based on the opposition and based on giving everyone a chance in the team. Things are feeling good. Now don't go and blow this against Palace on Saturday. Please, Manchester United. Please don't do that. Now we will have reaction up after the game against Palace on Saturday. Apologies I didn't have reaction after the game against Barnsley as much as I wanted. I was in London for the club. We did the Champions League games live. I had the Man United game against Barnsley on my phone, watching the goals go in. And I had to drive back from London. Didn't have the time once I got in. So been a good week. Let us know your thoughts in those comments below. Keep it like, comment, share. We'll have that reaction for you on Saturday. I'll bring a video out on Sunday as well. And of course, we got loads of games coming thick and fast now. There's always that annoying international break that comes, isn't it, in November? But roll on the weekend. Anyway, keep it like, comment, share, subscribe. I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.